So I still really like this techno build, even though damage-wise it's not as good as my other builds. But that's fine, because as you'll see, its damage is still not bad either. But yeah, I really like it. When you see the build though, I'm missing damage though is the thing still, so I'm still missing a mod. I need Captain Hunter. I've debated between that and Anomaly Echo, because Anomaly Echo would boost my turret damage, but the thing is, my turret damage is not that helpful against groups. It's mostly helpful against like single elites, again, that I'm focused on, whenever they are focused on elites. So I mean, Captain Hunter only applies to elite damage, but that's fine, because that's usually when I want my turrets to do it. And Captain Hunter would overall increase their damage more than Anomaly Echo. For elites, but most importantly, it increases my damage too, from my gun mods and everything. So Captain Hunter boosts all my damage against elites. So definitely, that is the last mod I want. I'm still missing a status power and a skill leech buff for perfecting my attributes too. So if I were to get all that, I know my like kill time on like the Final Arbiter and other bosses on this dude, it wouldn't be drastically improved, but it would be a solid chunk extra again. And he already doesn't take forever to kill bosses on their own. It's just, you know, not quick either for sure, but that's why I want Captain Hunter. That'd be the perfect last mod. But then the most thing I like about this dude is that he is just exactly how I envision a techno to be as a healer. For one, he's a super ridiculous tank, as you expect a healer in any game to be. But then second, he actually plays the role of healer and true support. Like, just see everything I'm doing on this dude. If I'm to name finally everything I do, it's like Quartermaster heals everybody back up to full every time, and my cooldown is maxed on it. 6.7 second cooldown, I pretty much heal everybody. Then when I do, it applies 50% armor and 20% resistance for 5 of those seconds, which means the majority, easily over half the time. Me and everybody get a huge armor and resistance buff. I refill everyone's mag up to full with that. And then I also make everyone release a toxic sludge, which I think counts for their own damage, and I think if they have skill leech, the toxic would also start healing them too. So that's 4 things just from that I pretty much do it for everybody at any distance in the arena as well. Then the most important thing is if they stay close to me, which is why whenever I'm carrying, especially low levels, I just say, hey, by the way, stay closer to me and you'll survive. Which is why I've been able to take literally level 1s, naked level 1s through here, and I mean, there's a good shot they still die inevitably sometimes. Usually if they get hit by Broodmother Fire, there's nothing I can do to save them then. But I've been able to take level 1s without them dying even one time through a tier 40 expedition on this dude sometimes if they stick near me too. Because I really do just I am a super tank, and my buffs turn everybody into tanks. So that's my benefits. But then it's not just that. Then my turrets also refill mags. So then if you're closer to me, my turrets, all 3 of them are refilling mags too. They're taking off negative statuses. Then if you're in that bubble of my cryo turrets, they take off even more negative statuses, and they give you another 15% resistance buff. So if you're in those turrets, you get like 35% more resistance for me and my turrets most of the time, which is what helps you stay alive a lot well from like big boss attacks and statuses like the burn from Moloch or the Broodmother Fire, again, is based off how much resistance you have to mitigate that damage. So you get that too. Then I pulse, of course, in a 25-meter radius. That heals everybody based off 2% of the damage I do, which of course winds up being pretty much a full heal every time I pulse, as long as me and my turrets, because it counts for my turrets too, if they're hitting anything. So yeah, you get healed from that, which is basically just another form of quarter or fixing wave as a full heal every 5 seconds then. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh yeah, and then I debuff. So I have vulnerability boosted debuff everything near me, and then my turrets also apply 20% more damage for everybody near me. So this dude makes everyone a tank, increases their damage, does utility things as well for them too, and is just a super tank himself, and doesn't do too bad of damage. He's basically the equivalent of my Pyro I've seen, except more on the defensive side. Oh, and one last point I forgot to add about the build is I also want to get the same shotgun you see I have, but with skill leech on it, obviously, and then death chains instead of claymore, because death chains is just more damage, and it also heals you based off your weapon leech, so it would make me even tankier. Damage over time mons heal you based off weapon leech. But also just a comment about my guns, another reason I like his massive amount of ammo replenishing is that what lets me have this infinite Nicola's Revenge shotgun, and it is best on a shotgun, and is what lets me just destroy groups so quickly. So thanks to the utility, that's how I'm able to do so much massive crowd damage, even on this dude, that does no investment in anomaly, or firepower at all.